Hello, Bill. Wet matches. Yeah. So I was gonna set my timer. Yeah, I feel terribly unprepared. Thank you for those of you who were very prepared. I wanted to dedicate this to Randy Rivera. Not this poem in particular, but my being here. I think Randy was a poet who died too young, and I'm sending her love. I'm freeing myself from fear because it makes me feel like an object. I'm freeing myself from objects because they make me feel heavy. I'm freeing myself from heaviness because it makes me feel immobilized. I'm freeing myself from immobility because it makes me feel like I don't deserve to be alive. I'm freeing myself from existential dread because it makes me feel unlovable. I'm freeing myself from unlovableness because it makes me feel alone. I'm freeing myself from aloneness because it makes me feel broken. I'm freeing myself from brokenness because it makes me feel scrambled. I'm freeing myself from scrambledness because it makes me feel unable to complete things. I'm freeing myself from an inability to complete things because it makes me feel lost. I'm freeing myself from loss because it makes me feel sad. I'm freeing myself from sadness because it makes me feel unable to connect to others. I'm freeing myself from an inability to connect with others because it makes me feel anxiety. I'm freeing myself from anxiety because it makes me feel needy. I'm freeing myself from neediness because it makes me feel like a beggar. I'm freeing myself from begging because it makes me feel ashamed. I'm freeing myself from shame because it makes me feel distraught. I'm freeing myself from distress because it makes me feel out of control. I'm freeing myself from being out of control because it makes me feel free. And I'm freeing myself from freedom because it makes me feel like there's a need when there really isn't one. I'm freeing myself because it makes me feel. I would burn this, but I worry about sprinklers, so I won't burn it. And I thought maybe I could eat it, but I don't want to eat it. I'll just put it in the water. I don't want it to just be a rock for you all. Just to be in the rock. I am a man with my feet in the water. I am a man with my son on my back. I am a man on a horse. I am a man with a whip. I am a man in an office. I am a man who has some power to do something. I am a man who's crossing a border. I am the grass. I am the grass. I am the whip. I am the dirt. I am the man in the water. I am the man whose feet are in the mud. I am the man with the sun on his shoulders. I am the soccer ball. I am the grass. I am the weed. I am a border. I am understanding that it doesn't need to be this way. I am in understanding that we are all in this together. from here, but it was basically written by flipping through my notebook as an untitled note. Identify the gap, raw data sets, body as archive, things resonate, beads, not even the interface, common language for the map, footpath. Knowledge isn't digitized, hidden history, simpler, constellations, movement that's not perceivable, not able to see how someone else is using it, whales, playing 10 associative, something to your left, recoding primary data, interpretive method, generous, listening, participating, disentangling from digital tools, griots, archive, global south knowledge, affect, metadata, at the coal, transference, de-accession layers, accuracy, measurement, refugees who come without stuff, building, copyright, service, serves, 100% accessible, preserve future ethics, future process, lesser, snowmobile signatures, itinerants, factual foreigners, materials, tangible memories, belonging, challenging, policy capture, content capture, accurate layers, capture, facilitation, arrows, useful records, impression under user-given book, user-driven book, particular condition, environment, documentation project, separate, reception, open text models, get, GeoCities, data, afterlives, vulnerable observer design, discovering deliberate, serving public, what happens to materials once they are archived, prominent, if you want to get there, if you want to get away, agency, if you remove sense, you lend it to the show, if you don't, what you get, if not metadata, what the world needs is not another book, improvised, collective, soul, spirit. I'm branching from the text because I don't like it there. It was a mistake. Otter. What I need to do, what I need to improvise with. This is not a focus group. Schools of thought, standard schools, fish, lossy, legible, placing limits, going algorithm, going, expanding, lively, data accessible, not aggregate, not afterlife, not civil, not information, not fundable, not a fine bowl. It's happening, random. You wrote back your gentle request. Why is there an election in solidarity with people at the borders? No reply. Coffee. Leaving, weaning, gestures, dealing, doing, reminding, reminiscent, letting go, writing, urgency, feeling shut, definitely, delete, archive, I, myself, Leonard Cohen sitting at his desk. I'm in love with today's date. You are in your body state, this possible change, his family grief, and on the phone and work, a world with her cancer, and the food for this body, archive, precision, wine, reading, moving, minor gesture is what, notice, what is in the metadata archive, writing, cliche, dance, straw, love you, I love you, your desire, archive, coffee, surge, for you, this for you, closure, nomination, gamify my life, no thanks, codependent, track everything by hand, leaving half a meal in my mesh bag, pour right, 2, 3 companies, stop single-use plastics, please, how to reinvent my mother's surgery, it's starting now. The vodka finish, work, archive, metadata, brain through actions, what beads, engage, people resonate, there are blank lines on the spreadsheet, global south knowledge in order to enter. You need a key, time, key, music, I wish, I honor, I respect, collect thoughts, thesis, archive, clearing, taking to the value village, this level of anxiety, ADHD, boring, problem stimulating, important, make myself pay after negative, voluntary power, not wired convictions, sitting, setting, boundaries, task, reason, shower, food. Okay, have more. It was on Friday, a mess of notes, it's okay. I didn't die, I love her, encourage I in an hour of document already diverted text, but they don't have to do, have to come over here, I turn on the fan, I wrote to her reflections, her video, her body-based action, why repeat the comedy, falling apart lecture, new quizmatic, add metadata to widen in reference to context, flying lemon textures, not seeing through them clearly, circular, bring back the question of sexuality, cloud moving with thought, spirituality, smoke, hurting, hard, faster, performance, philosophy, mix up,
What do you call that nervous paper women work on Kingston? So nervous I couldn't, but now I'm in a video documented in an archive, knowing, not knowing that spatial arrangement of time, falling apart, saying hello, saying last things, and to not be able to deliver what I said I would in the hot topics category. From the presentation and the technologies of metadata, categories non-entangling, performing cat-sitting rants. Performing in the context of the archive, allow gesture, material, territoriality. Whose is this belongs to a no one, a flow with just see her costumes to see her breath to care and falling apart. Group prompts, the floor moves over the week. We're voicing a gesture, we're moving until something drops, stay with one last beautiful thing. Principles is an organizing frame for people coming together. Ginger, lemon, maple syrup, peppermint, and cayenne. I feel the biological symptoms are dynamic growth, aggregation, energy, material exchange, spreadsheet mapping, geological, microbial, responsive gesture, accumulation, the absence of bodies. I'll just finish. The absence of body stiff, leaning forward, puffing chest flight, part heat to name our anger, looks, feels, sounds like desires, fear, inner critic, with all due respect, quitting, allowing an invasion. Athletes rest a lot, movement makes routine, helped but not resolved, listening to body, this is the evening. The expansive exercise alignments, you organize my parts, you small meetings, sensitive afterlife, otter, Dropbox, integrity, I complete, I am, I feel into your body, slow process down. Ask the clown gods, clown compass, please listen, follow, and we can follow our assemblages, I know, because not that, the event network of relationality. Navigational tools, gamify messy thinking, your random all generation. I feel sick. Is it a lack of day or one facilitator classes or have any AP materials at hand, paint markers? I don't like my cellulite. I can't believe how much I in the text is that she visits me. I was told I was never needed to see again. I will write about all sorts of creative ideas, simple gestures more powerful to dismember or punch out a living. Does it live? Does it approach? What the danger of the bladder anxiety that the situation brings shifted into their world becomes a ritual transition of flight felt rights. Silver coins are in and out of spaces watching the shaking change to ugliness, working performance in our current mystic glossy magazine destruction, digital analog discrepancy between human body causal code, precise machines. So big it's insane, so the color scale, excessive canvas, squares, gaps, Pia Mondrian, 6 or 7 people simultaneously at my window. They're here to see you. Possible, transference, system, created, nominalized, what is the dance? I'm doing it already. Or alchemize that grief, deaccessioning, archive, dense intimacy lost with methods. Do we categories are imperfect, but bring ourselves to our work to make sense of future time and interpretation with love, wanting to live, and yet extend beyond the archive, repeating self-body as record embodied, spiritual sluggishness, people who redirect me. Yo, I have not enough trustworthy, aligned, safe self. Where's my magnetic parent in the shadow to integrate, recognize? Let's be friends. I really